I have Congressman Randy Fine. He is of Florida's 6th Congressional District. He is also a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Great to have you on here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with Minnesota, and we'll pivot to some other topics here. But, I mean, what's playing out right now in Minnesota? Tim Walz is at the head. This was under his watch. He got elected in 2022. This happened in 2021. They turned a blind eye. I know you've been following this.
I think they did more than turn a blind eye. I think they knew exactly what was going on. It's part of the plan to get votes in elections. Look, 80% of Somalis are on some form of welfare. And you could see in some of these programs, like the autism program and the housing program, explosive growth over zero period of time. Anyone who spent 2 minutes looking at it would have said something about it. But why? Because we have this blind love of bringing in these people from the third world who aren't going to add any value in our country.
Do you think that now there will be accountability, though? I mean, President Trump has zeroed in on this state. He sent ICE in there to go and arrest some of these Somalis that might be in the country illegally. But, I mean, they're now looking at their own investigation as to how this was missed.
We don't have a choice but to create accountability. If we don't deal with this, we're going to lose our country. So I've introduced a bill that would ban legal and illegal immigrants, but also legal immigrants from any form of welfare. Because if you come here for freedom and opportunity, that's a discussion that we should have. But if you're coming here for free stuff, you need to stay home. And that's the issue that we saw with these Somalis.
Do you agree with the crackdown on the immigration that he has right now, President Trump? He says, you know, we're going to stop all this and we're going to vet everybody that's already here.
Absolutely. Look, the single greatest driver of affordability problems in the United States is immigrants. When you bring 30 million people in who shouldn't be here, they live in houses that drive up housing prices. They drive up insurance costs, they drive up healthcare costs, and they drive up education costs. So it's not just for safety, but it's for affordability. We've got to get all of these people out of our country.
That's exactly it. And a lot of them are on welfare, too.
80% of the Somalis.
They're all. Let's shift, though, because I know you're passionate about the Jewish community. We just saw this, another mass shooting here. Anti-Semitism again at play. What's your take? What are you thinking about today?
Well, the key word is again. How many of these attacks by Muslim groups are we going to put up with? I mean, we saw it in Washington, where two Israelis were killed. We saw it in Colorado a few months ago, where Jews were burned alive. We see it here. Just yesterday in Germany, they disrupted Muslims trying to blow up a Christmas market. Muslims killed American soldiers yesterday. At what point are we going to say there is a problem? If 10% or 15 or 20% of the people in your religion want to kill other people, that means there's a problem with your religion. And what we need is the good Muslims to start to deal with the problem within their ranks.
How is President Trump going to address this? Because I know it's a big for him as well.
Well, I think he is. I think we need to shut down immigration, which is something that I've talked about. And then we've got to be looking at everybody that's here. These people that do not share our views, if you want to come to America, you should love America, share our values, want to assimilate. Because immigration without assimilation is invasion. And we have too many people who come here who hate our values, who don't want to assimilate, and then they want free stuff.
They want to change the American culture once they get here.
And we've seen that with the election results here in New York. The guy who won because of people who just got here, not because of people who were born here. And that's something that we should all be concerned about.
Very well said. Congressman, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Anytime.